Hi Jack. Sorry that you weren't able to get into the Zoom today. That must have been annoying, but it's okay. You can do art at home without me anytime you want, that your parents say is okay. I'm going to show you what we did today. So first I just wanted to share with you my coral cave because I got really excited about it and I made a little friend to live inside it. So I'm just going to pick up my cave. Look who's inside. It's a little sea star. So I don't know if you made a sea star, but if you wanted to, you could also make one of these. And this is really quite easy. I always think about it, sea stars look a little bit like people. There's a head, 2 arms, and 2 legs. So it has 5 points. And if you make 5 triangles, you can kind of just squidge them together. And then I put a little blob over the top to keep them sealed. And then I used a pencil just to create patterns on it. So I don't know if you want to make one of those, but you're totally welcome to if you would like. My sea cave is coming along really great. I've had a lot of fun making that. And then today I wanted to show you what we made, which is this watery blue underground sea scene. Because on Monday we're going to add to it and make it even more reminiscent of the Pacific Ocean. So I'll just give you a quick, sorry you can't see my face, but it's the best way to do this. Oh, I have to go like this. So you've got your heavy watercolor paper. You have a little glass. I always use these heavy little glasses of water because they don't knock over too easy. I wonder if I can just do that so you can see better. And then you have your paints. And so the first thing you're gonna do is really simple. You're just gonna wet the paper, but with these beautiful brush strokes. Do you see how I'm holding my paintbrush near the bristles, not all the way down so that your fingers are touching the paintbrush, but just past this little area here, which is called the ferrule. And holding it down here will give you more control and make it easier. If you hold your paintbrush all the way up here, it's not as easy to control. So you're just dipping it in your water. And can you see how I'm making those nice straight strokes horizontal? They're following the edge because I want my brush strokes to go this way and to give a feeling of a wateriness that you'll see in a second. So maybe you're thinking, why am I covering my piece of paper with water? And the reason is that it helps our paints flow. It helps our paints do more interesting things. So watercolor paints really enjoy water. And if we don't use water, they do different things. And I'll show you what I mean. So now my paper's completely wet. All my brush strokes have been going horizontal. And I'm now going to put you can see I've used a lot of it up, but I've got my blue paint here. And I'm just going to do the same thing with my blue paint. And because my paper was already wet, my paint is flowing nicely. And it does this thing that painters call blooming. So when you put it down, it kind of grows and it blooms, and that's the effect we want. And you can see that I'm still going from left to right, from left, back to right, and then adding a bit more paint whenever I need it. So the reason why I'm going in these horizontal strokes is because we want it to look like a peaceful, calm ocean. If I was to go like this in all these different directions, then my painting might look a little bit more busy or like there was a different energy in it. So here we go, it's done. And now, oops, that was naughty of me. I forgot to rinse my brush out. And it's always handy to have some paper towels or an old towel nearby in case you have a spill. Because if you spill, you have to help the grown-ups clean it up. Okay, so in this jar, I have some salt. Any old table salt will do. And I'm just taking a pinch like this, and I'm sprinkling it lightly onto my painting. If I put too much salt on, it will do a funny clump. If my paper is too dry, the salt will be a little bit sad. It will be like, I can't eat up any paint, because what the salt is doing, and actually I have a better example here. The salt, can you see these little speckles? The salt eats up the moisture. It's a little bit like a science experiment, and it leaves behind a little white patch where it ate up all the moisture. And those are the little water bubbles that we're looking for to help us feel like we're under the ocean. Once you've sprinkled your salt on, you just have to leave it alone and walk away, because if you were to use a brush over the top of your salt, you would scratch all the paper and it won't do its thing. Here is one I did earlier, and the salt really worked quite hard. Different salts have different effects. So once you've sprinkled it on, you just let it sit and walk away. And then on Monday, bring it to class with you, and we will add to it. We'll make it even more of an underwater scene. Okay, Jack, hope that helps. Oh, and I meant to tell you, oh, you can't see me. I meant to tell you that your friend Aiden was asking after you, and he wished you were in class because he missed you, which is really sweet. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Bye.